Hello, hello everyone. It's Thursday. Time for some thoughtin' and artin'. I tell you, the sunlight. I don't know why my side is sunny. Well, other than maybe that's just the universe saying things. I've been dealing with her lighting for the last, 2 hours. Anyway, I'm just gonna,
My cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
chance of, I don't know, paintballs. Something like that. Hello, everyone. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. This is P over here.
I'm over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together, we are
PM Artist Studio.
There we go. As I said, say hello in the chat. Otherwise, I don't know that you're here. Do give those thumbsy upsies. Look at what my baby just bought me. She said this was early Christmas. I gotta put a little tape around it or something. It's meant for a bigger mama finger. Pretty excited about it though. Alright guys, so yeah, let's say hello to everybody. Thumbsy upsies, subscribe to the channel if you're new, say hello to everybody. All that business. Turn your chat to live chat, which I forgot to do, and now I have done. There we go. Now let's see who's participating. Gosh, it's making me just crazy. I'm about to turn this thing I'm going to warm you up and make you red. See? I can do that. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I'm very angry with it. Anyway, we've got Arkansas Crazy Quilter. That's Dawn. Art Curious. That's Miriam. Heather is here. Bored Grandma Designs. Is that Leela? I think it's Leela. I'll have to look at the chat here in a minute. Carol is here. Kat, Carrie, Charmaine, Colleen, Darcy, Deb, Devin, Estella, Fran, Griffinchill, that's Rhonda, Lydia, Marguerite, Nancy, Patricia Pfeiffer, Penka, Ricky Nordmeyer, SAG, that's Sarah, Sandy Franklin, Silver Granny and her Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Star Traveler, that's Linda, Trish Coogan, Wendy, and I think somebody else popped in there, but I don't know. List isn't filling up too much there. Because we got 52 people here.
Bored Grandma.
Yeah, I said hello to Bored Grandma. I think it's Leela. If I'm not mistaken, it just came to my brain.
Did you say hello to Fran?
I said hello to Fran.
And Carrie?
Yep.
Sandy?
Yep.
Benka?
Yep.
Just checking.
Okay.
Nancy J. and Wendy H.
I just
And there's
can't get this light.
Charmaine.
Anyway. Hey, Mimi! Your stuff went out today.
I signed it.
She did.
If you want me to sign your card, you need to tell me to, because
Yes.
I have not signed them. My fingers were hurting.
My little fingers.
My poor little fingers.
Do you want to do Thursday thoughts straight on, or do you want me?
Straight off.
Okay, do it.
Just get it out of the way.
Your flipping lighting was better. I don't know.
Do you think it's because the page is reflecting off?
I'm blaming this stupid yellow shirt. Did you see how it changed just seconds ago? I don't know if the camera's going or if there's been a weird update thing. I'm just gonna try to stop obsessing about it. Y'all just tell me to shush it.
I'm just shush it. It's kind of like your hair. It just is what it is. Oh, by the way, I cut my hair.
She did. She cut hers. I cut my
I'm
bangs
still
a
working on the back of it though. I had a crink in my arm before I got finished, so the back still looks a little rough. But no worries. I'll get it. I'll get it evened out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ran across this is one of those pocket articles that you get, in and I love this thing up here. That pretty much,
That says a lot.
says a lot. It's okay to suck when you try something new. You don't need to be good at a hobby to enjoy it. And the article is by Ali Volp from Vox.
Vox.
V-O-X.
Vox.
Which, every now and then they have something I find really interesting. But most of the time, it's not.
Thank you for it.
Okay. Allow me to list the short-lived pastimes I attempted and promptly deserted when I didn't immediately excel. Pottery, softball, field hockey, surfing, violin, dance, designing novelty t-shirts, knitting, yoga, and most recently, meditation. Easily embarrassed and uncomfortable asking for help, I'd rather drop a hobby than give myself time to improve. Mediocrity, or worse, actively sucking at something, feels gross. It shouldn't, said Thomas Curran, an associate professor in the Department of Psychology and Behavioral Sciences at the London School of Economics and author of The Perfection Trap. Remember, we've talked about that perfection thing before. Because that's the normal and natural part of the learning process. Babies and children suck at, well, everything. Because each experience is novel and perfection is hardly expected of infants making their way in the world. Kids also, ideally, exist in supportive environments where failure is encouraged and adults are quick to offer support, both literally and emotionally. Not yet burdened with self-consciousness or perfectionism, children try, fail, and try again. Adults, on the other hand, are pressured to optimize their time and performance. Side hustles replaced hobbies, while social media perpetuates the myth of perfection. Anything less than excellence can be seen as failure. If you're at all like me, you protect yourself from this vulnerability and avoid pursuits that might show a lack of competence. Although sucking feels uncomfortable, we shouldn't shy away from activities we enjoy simply because we aren't great at them. As the season for new habits and hobbies approaches, put your self-esteem to the side, experts say, and embrace the suck. You can do something for beauty and pleasure, says Karen Rinaldi, the author of It's Great to Suck at Something. That doesn't suit your ego. If you enjoy it, it's worth doing, even if you suck. Despite surfing for over 2 decades, Rinaldi said she didn't catch her first wave until 5 years in. I tell you what, she's got some gumption. What kept her from going was her joy in surfing. If you find delight and satisfaction in an endeavor, a lack of progress shouldn't prevent you from continuing. Considering your motivation for picking up a new hobby, Curran says, if you're looking to project a certain image by learning to play the guitar, or do you have a passion for music? When you inevitably encounter hiccups in your burgeoning rock career, a genuine interest in the practice will be more motivating than how it looks to other people. It shouldn't really be about what's the outcome, Curran says. What's more important is you throwing yourself into the activity and you really engaging and embracing the learning process, the good along with the bad.
Hello, Mary. And
there's a freedom in openly sucking, unencumbered by others' opinions. Very rarely are outsiders thinking about your failures as much as you suspect they are. Studies show. And if they are, they may offer support and assistance, Rinaldi says. People are really generous and they want to help you, she says. Bullies and jerks will always exist, but don't discount the kindness of others within the hobbies community to come to your aid.
that's all, y'all.
Partaking in an activity purely for the love of it helps you become less judgmental of yourself as well as others. When you really are in the practice of sucking at something, Rinaldi says, it's very hard to look at other people around you and judge them. Just because you
Birds
suck.
of a feather.
Just because you now suck doesn't mean you will always be terrible. How you think about your abilities can affect your performance. There are 2 perspectives people take when it comes to success. The growth mindset and the fixed mindset. And we talked a little bit, I've read a book about that.
Yeah.
And it's something we think about here. If you have a fixed mindset, you may believe you already possess all the skills and talents you will ever have, and you may never improve regardless of your effort. Growth mindset is the belief that you can advance through hard work, support, and a different strategy.
Yep.
You may have a growth mindset in one area of your life, say in regard to work tasks, but a fixed mindset in another, believing you aren't creative. To foster a growth mindset, remind yourself that the first time you began any endeavor, you probably sucked, says Dana Grant, a certified mental performance consultant and neuroscientist.
There you go.
Then you got better. As you learn and build skills, however slowly, celebrate the little wins, Grant says. Mastered a beginner stitch? Finally, got your bread to rise after many attempts? Sketched a picture of your dog that actually resembles your dog. Take a moment to marvel at your improvements. A win is a win is a win.
Oh, and that's a wonderful thing to talk about at this time of year, too, because a lot of people, you kind of look back at the year in the beginning of
Yeah,
the,
we're doing a
what's
little bit of that,
new.
yeah.
And I love,
Finding
I mean,
things.
whenever y'all want us to whip out the journals and start looking through them, we're always game. Those are our babies, and we like to show them off.
A win is a win is a win, Grant says. It doesn't really matter to the brain how big or small it is. Set yourself up for these incremental successes by creating more gentle environments or hobbies, says Julia Leonard, an assistant professor of psychology at Yale University. In a performance-based culture where effort is praised but not actually rewarded, for example, you can study hard for an exam and still fail, give yourself permission to start a new activity. Not because you want to be the best, but because making progress is inherently satisfying. Handle your ego with kid gloves and encourage yourself in the same way you would a child. I have work showing little kids are way more optimistic about their abilities than older kids and adults. Oh, yeah.
We have one of those.
They're in context that everyone is just cheering them on all the way because they're just so excited about growth.
Yeah.
That's the mindset we need. Feeling challenged isn't a weakness, it's an opportunity. A common perfectionist tendency is avoiding potentially challenging activities out of a fear of being seen as incompetent or less than, Quran says. The first instinct is not to show vulnerability, just in case other people are out there and they're watching or waiting to pounce, he says. So we play it safe, don't we? We stick to what we know. We stick to what we feel we're good at. Discomfort when challenged is a sign of learning, Grant says. But if you love the challenge, enjoy the struggle, or find the repeated attempts at success meditative, embrace the fact that you may be doing the thing, whether it's karaoke or surfing, well enough. This reminder is one I'll take with me as I embark on future endeavors where I may lack natural ability. Catch me at a pottery wheel or in a solace of my bedroom, strumming my guitar, or don't. The results may not be pretty, and I don't care.
Hello, Diane, and everybody else is coming in. She says, I have an apron and I wear that when she teaches that says, you won't always suck.
Well, there you go. I know we just keep bringing this up, and I keep coming at it from maybe a little bit different perspective every now and then, but I do think that one of the most important things we can remind ourselves of when we start something, I'm not going to be good at it, right? I was so frustrated with the gel plate when I first started. I mean, I can't tell you. I pulled 500 prints, and I had bursitis in my shoulder, and I mean, it still continues to come back occasionally, but I was just, and the whole thing about it it's like hunting for the perfect rock. You found one, but you keep going because there will be another one out there. That's how it is with the gel plate. There's just enough success there that you keep going because something better is going to happen.
Yeah.
Eventually. And sure enough, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. Thirsty thoughts.
Hey, Carla. Hey, Reverend Sonia.
And what are we doing today? Oh, I have so many things, and this is just...
Topside?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So many things on my... What's wrong with my computer?
I don't either, lady.
Huh.
Probably the same thing that's happening.
I don't know.
The lighting.
I don't know
Camera.
either, and it's like...
Hi, Cat.
I'm not seeing us.
Well, there are people here.
Well, I know there are people there, and I see the people there.
You just don't see us.
I don't see us, and now I have to watch a commercial in order to,
Do you have your sound off?
I do.
Well, that's good.
Ah, there we are. How about that? Woohoo!
little successes.
Okay, so what I did is I put all of the papers that I'm going to use for word application in here, and then I've got some more that I came up with. But I have these all in here ready to go, Carrie. And I know he hasn't been filming for a couple of days because they've had overcast, whatever. Okay, had I pulled this paper yet?
I know you did. You had it on. I don't know that you pulled it on stream.
Yeah, well, it
remember.
didn't. I lost some of my vibrancy of the red, and that's because.
You just kept putting paint on it.
Oh, it's because I used the wrong red. I really needed to use a brighter red in there. And then when it mixed in with the two blues there, which I don't really remember what they were, but obviously it didn't mix well. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do some other things to it.
Okay.
But I've got to show you this. Okay. I'm not sure which end it's on, but can you see these little white things at the end of this paper right here?
That's those things.
That's these things. It blocked out the paint. Isn't that just fun? And I love this print a lot, and I'm leaving it just as it is because I just think it's so incredible.
Got a little everything.
It has everything. Number one, you can tell it started off as a brayer off. And then it just, I every now and then you get one of those prints that are like this, and you're just like, wow, I love it. You see all the little smushy. Okay.
Take it in for a moment.
Take it in for a moment. I think that's a wonderful thing. Okay, I'm not going to talk. I really thought I might get to, but I'm just showing you everything that I did, okay?
This is the
These are
update from behind the scenes.
From
when
behind
she
the
doesn't,
scenes. I'm going to show you this stencil in a moment. This is Brad's stencil.
It popped in the stream on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I started, pulling, and you can tell this is from a brayer off. This is also from, I'm going to hold this up because it really is quite remarkable.
Wendy says there's never a wrong red.
Yeah, sometimes there is, depending on what you put with it. It can turn into, poop. But I think this is lovely.
Or purple. It went verbal.
This one I'm definitely going to use today.
Hello, Tutu.
With Carrie's letters. I just think, words, and it looks kind of murdery, and it's kind of cool because this is also, I use this one a lot
Did you use the new paints?
I have used the new paints. I'm going to get to one of these here in a minute, but I'm going to also use this, Carrie, because I saw something that someone did using the metallics and some words, and I couldn't find foil stamp.
You don't have one of those. You only have the little pieces of it because you said that it was too big to put in your box. You didn't want to take up all the space, so you didn't want a full one. I just gave you pieces of it.
Oh, okay.
Are you regretting that decision at this moment in time?
Well, I am after watching Susan McCrevy the other day.
Is it McCrevy or McCreary?
McCreary.
McCrevy.
Yeah, there's a VY.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying it correct. This is one of the new paints, the brown.
Do y'all know her?
Well, you should watch her. She mixes colors, and you know how I am about mixing.
Well, I know some of y'all know her because I heard about her. She was brought up during one of Fran's live streams, and it might have even been Apple that recommended her. I kind of feel like that. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, she's great. And she's using the...
Eddie is at the bank finalizing a loan.
Oh.
For the NERC.
For the
But-
NERC.
Oh, he's going to take it, and it's going to be mobile. Oh, that's wonderful. You can, yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, this is the brown from that. I really like that paint. This is also a brown. But look at this.
And a submission for...
This is my submission for
the color. I just
Color-
always want to call it the color challenge, but it's just the color combo.
Yeah. It was silver, gold, and neutrals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got them there. And this is just a little pull off.
Now some of these y'all are gonna see on, or that one I already posted
I love
because I knew that was kind of.
Yeah, and look at this. I think this is really nice. And I'm going to put this over in the card pile. And I didn't have any new cards because, yeah, I want to use this one also.
Well, yeah, I think she was mentioned in the chat of one of your streams. Probably about 4 or 5 weeks. Well, it's probably even longer than that. Probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago. Because it took me about a week to get the stuff ready to send to her. Plus, then, heck, it might even been longer than that.
Yeah, it's
been a while.
Yeah, she used the circles. Anyway, this was, and I took off parts and things here. You can see there's those 3 little shapes there, and I wanted to kind of distract from those. And anyway,
Yeah.
I used tape to pull off the paint, which I thought it looked kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
Just look like little fat people in hell. Here's, again.
No judgment.
No, I would be.
I love that. It's very 80s.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, I'd buy that shirt.
That's Brad's stencil.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. So,
what is it?
I'm not
Chaotic
using
mesh.
those. I want this one left out. I want this one left out. I don't know. Maybe this one. I don't know. I wouldn't feel bad about messing this up.
No,
because I know
it's
how to,
sort
I
of-
know how to kind of do that. I really like this one. I'm not
Hi,
messing
Tina.
this one up.
Those of you that are coming in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. We like to know that you're
we're
here
gonna
and be
put these
friendly.
over yonder because this might be what I'm going to do when I get ready to do my... Okay, very quickly. I'll keep these with my file with stuff for Carrie's.
I hear you, friend. It's all like, was that yesterday or that could have been like 2 months ago? I don't know.
Okay, and I want this because I'm going to show you what
She's
it
wearing
is.
this very
Ah.
jingly bracelet. I actually was wearing it, but I couldn't stand it. It's a beautiful
Hey,
bracelet.
Fran,
but
look.
She's jingly.
It's in the pint size rather than the quart. But they don't have the cute little thing on the side. They just have a crowing rooster. And then it talks about, you know, the cows and how happy they are.
Hopefully.
Anyway, okay, the reason I put this out here, and I'll talk about this in a minute, is because I know some of you, Miriam's making the little house things. These work really great. And somebody on YouTube, this young woman, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but she made a most interesting little weird village using different sizes of these. And she used this.
Like, is it for, you know,
As
like
the
is it a little
chimney.
winter village or?
Well, it was more kind of like an eclectic
Where do you put that?
voyage through whatever. I don't know, quite a while ago. I mean, I'm talking about years ago. But I just remember it every time I see one of these cartons. But you can see the little house shape there. I mean, you're going to have to do a little.
So what you're saying is you can't even go back to your recent history
No.
of YouTube.
Oh,
and be
hell
able
no.
to-
I'm talking about
Okay.
different computers even.
Oh, good golly.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know, but I will look. I will see if I can find her again. And actually, where I saw her first was on the, you know, the little fast thing.
fast thing.
Fast thing, you know.
Shorts.
Short fast thing. Instagram. I'm sure that's where I saw her at first. So check that
I
out.
love it when you talk about the Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
It makes me chuckle every time. No, but
I know. Okay.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm like laughing with you because
This is my leftover. This is my leftover carton from my goat's milk, which I get that when I go to Sprouts, and I don't
she's
get
the
out
only one that
much.
drinks it.
Yeah.
Nobody
And I
else-
love it.
No one
you
else
just got to
wants it.
remember to shake it every time because sometimes the cream kind of separates and you get a little clot and it kind of makes you go, ooh.
No, thank
Yeah.
you.
Anyway, it's a different size container, but I love working with these plastic things because they're very sturdy. And by the time you get a layer of your paper mache type stuff on it. It's really wonderful. I can't cut these things out straight, so I decided just to exaggerate the weirdness of the edge and make it, you know?
I applaud that.
Because it doesn't matter. I get it down to about this far before I find I just keep going around.
Just going down the drain. Going down the drain. Smaller and smaller.
Yeah. And what's really great about this is it's because it's going to be for my colored pencils that I'm going to keep on my...
Yeah.
And I really like the hydrogen peroxide container, but they're a little bit too large. Anytime you can get something square as opposed to something round, I say go for it. Because you can get these can back up to each other in spaces where that round stuff, you know, you always got that.
Square is a better use of space.
It is.
We need a shirt that says that. Size matters, and squares are better than circles if you're trying to, you know, maximize your space.
See? And then you see this, and see, look at all this.
Look at
right
that
here.
wasted
space. Wasted space.
Circles, wasted
all
space.
right, so when I was doing this, I actually did this with Mod Podge and my leftover, you know, who knows how old this newsprint is. Look, you can see the label, still see the label there, kind of. This newsprint is because I brought it from, I had it when I was in Anchorage. So I think it was from my move.
Yes.
And I kept the newsprint.
Most of it.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Whatever she could keep her hands on. And I didn't put in the recycling.
And I used the, because I had it and whatever.
Yeah.
And I like the way it does. Don't forget your little smooth stone, because when you get done,
Y'all remember that?
you want to, you know, really make sure that you've got all those little areas, and especially if you've got kind of an uneven edge like this, you want to go over it with your little stone and buff it out. And I don't know where this pebble came from, but it's perfect because can you see the shape of it?
What do they call those? Tumbled stones? I mean,
I don't even know where this came from.
You can get them even at, you know, I mean, if you want a bunch of them, you can get them at the hardware store. But if you want just a little bag of them, they have them usually at the
This is a really special one because it's very suavecito. And you just get all those, and it's not going to make that much difference. And even if you don't get it perfect, you're going to be covering it with something anyway, so it's like not a big deal. All right, so I was thinking this time, I'm going to save myself a step here. I'm just going to use clear texture gesso. Well, it might work on some surface, but it doesn't work on plastic.
That was
all it does is bead up.
Not a time saver.
It wasn't a time saver, and thank God I didn't do very much before I decided, okay, this is really not working. But I will.
So what she's saying is it was beading up on the plastic, because this container
is made from plastic.
Now, I wonder if you would have, like, if you sandpapered it or whatever, maybe. But then again, it's like, okay, well, that's a whole other thing, too.
I will cover this here, this thing, before I do the next layer of decorative, tissue. Because this allows it to stick a lot better and stay in place when you're brushing it on. Yeah. But I probably will go ahead and use the Mod Podge again as my agent for whatever. But anyhow, that's what I've been doing, and just wanted to share that with you. I know that you
Has anyone heard from Eddie? I don't know if somebody wants to just holler at him just to make sure he's all right. I worry when, you know.
Well, didn't they say he went somewhere?
No, I think she was joking.
Oh.
See, that's how rumors get started.
Yeah. Okay, now, I am going to do this box with whatever it is that I produced today. I added another coat of gesso.
Just making all kinds of containers. I keep asking where they're going.
I don't know what this stripy stuff going on.
I was wondering. I didn't know if the camera was just being...
It just keeps coming through.
So what box was this?
It was, you can see the cans here. I don't know.
Oh, just like a regular...
I think maybe mushrooms.
Or dog food.
Tomato paste. Oh, it's kind of short for...
Yeah, for the dog food. It's the little cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what was in there, but anyway, I've got that going. And that's going to be, okay. Let's just pull this out. You already saw those two. And I told Mariah, I said, you know, sometimes I worry when Carrie's watching because he's so good at everything that he does, and I'm a little intimidated by his, you know, expertise in certain areas. And now I'm using his stencil, and I'm sure that he's probably shuddering.
Carrie? Let us know.
And I know that I will probably not be doing it. And as Mariah says, that's okay.
Hi, Monica.
When Carrie gets around to doing it, you can all see what his vision was.
Yeah.
All right, I think that this is going to be a good one. Oh, but I have to show you what I worked on. Okay, so I just thought, and this was because, can't remember who I was watching, but they just had a page that just had lots and lots of stuff on it. All right, number one, these were brayer-offs.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I came back in and I did all kinds of stamping using all kinds of different stamps. And I thought that would be interesting. And you recognize brick. Oh,
Bye, Diane.
This is, by the way, the gray that's in the new paints.
Oh, the
So
Hippie craft.
it's slightly luminous.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I like that gray.
I do too, and it's not something I have.
No.
I mean, I make it, but, you know. And here, I think this is lovely. Getting back into that, you know, red,
Yes.
whatever.
What are you doing with these?
Well, I thought on these, I would mostly just do stenciling.
Yeah,
through.
those are Fran's urchins. That's the stamp, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I love it because this.
I always ask her to use it. She can never find it.
I'm
looking at you, Fran.
it looks like it's dimensional.
It is. Because it...
See, and look at it here.
Yeah, because you didn't ink it all the way up.
Well, or I didn't press it all the way. I don't know. One or the other. One or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Mariah tells me, I was going to try to do
Darcy.
foil stencil along with Carrie's words here.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Don't have it. Or I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Because I just got a piece anyway. But I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little, you know, pointing here
No.
on these. And what I might do also, because I saved my Discover card inside the envelope part. Isn't this great?
She saves these. Do y'all save these? Let us know in the chat.
And, you know, I might do a little
Or let us know in the comments if
pointing
you're watching
on
the replay.
this so that I can do some collaging, because I'm really kind of feeling collagey all of a sudden.
She is. She's been talking about it.
I've been talking about it. I want to get
Can
it
you
out.
take the bracelet off?
Pardon?
Will you take the jingly one off?
Oh.
I'm really sorry I found it.
And I found that envelope. And then inside, look, check this out. Look at this cool little booklet. It's already got a little tab there. I'm going to fix that and do something with that. But I love this suede paper. It's just so awesome. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I put those in there.
Oh, no, Sarah, I think there's a couple things going on here. So those papers. All right, seriously, lady.
I don't think I'm going to use that. I might use this though, and I'm definitely not going to use that.
If she, so she's gonna make some new papers. The papers for the box or the little tray thing are gonna have to be
Tissue.
tissue. Thank you. Good.
Well,
golly,
they don't
that took
have
me a
to be,
minute.
but you know, it's just so, unless you're, you know, I will say this. If you watch Carrie cover a box.
Sarah says, yes, I save envelopes and I'm very happy when I get a new pattern.
Isn't that the truth? You're just like, you feel like writing a thank you note or something.
Thanks for changing it up, y'all.
Because I've got lots of that other one. I'm really happy to see this one.
Keep sending me that.
This is a new one. But see, you can just see how cool it looks through the words.
I know, Fran.
Why?
Totally. She's like, maybe you should have left that jangly bracelet where you buried it, Mariah. No, it was just hanging on my wall, covered in dust.
Is it driving you all crazy?
It's driving me crazy, for sure.
Well, I told you the story about...
It's really beautiful, though. I just hate
really
the
is.
jingle jangle.
Look at
I had it
these
on.
wonderful
and it was
little
making me crazy.
cloisonne saucer things with the little in-between... actually, they were pearls, and I soaked the lacquer off. They were cheap pearls.
Not
But
real
they're
ones.
glass.
Yeah, they're not real ones.
No. But this little bell that you see here is from Thailand. My sister brought it. And the reason it clinks so nicely is because it
She has it right next to that.
bonks up against the Mexican coin there.
Yeah.
Bonk. Yeah, okay, I will take it off.
Thank
It's
you.
irritating.
Yes.
All right, now I think this is going to be good too.
Yeah.
Simply because, you know, it's not like anything right now.
I'm gonna read
Yeah.
that to her.
It's not like anything right now. But we're just going to point some stuff on here in different, and I'm going to get out the new paints, and I meant to get out some of the,
Yeah, and I need to, I'll email the peoples, because we were gonna swatch those two, but I don't want to do that today.
oh, I don't want to do that today either. Oh, God, no.
But if y'all are interested in these paints, they are available on Amazon. I will get you a link.
Black. I thought I had the
P
green.
has given them a pretty good workout, and she quite likes them.
I quite like them.
So we're gonna recommend them,
Yeah.
and I think fairly reasonable. I think it's like $35 for the box.
This is the brown that I used, I think. But I don't know why I can't
Where
find
am I looking for? Oh yeah, the
the
link.
gray.
I'm looking for the link. You're looking for the gray.
I'm looking for the gray.
Got different things going on, y'all.
And I don't know. Maybe I just did I imagine that? Am I that
Did
far
you
gone?
fix it?
God knows it could be.
Oh. Hippie Crafter Craft Paint Acrylic Premium Acrylic Paint Set. 20 colors. So if you're starting out,
Cold
these little,
gray. Here it is.
these little sets are the way to do it. And
They
this
are.
is-
And I also wanted to try out the scarlet because we've got some of that there. I definitely want to try out the white. And I think that that should be good. So I don't really anticipate needing the raw umber. But now that might look good on some of this. I don't know. Nah. I'm saying nay, nay. We can always get that out if we need to. Okay. All right, so one of the ways I would use this is I would point and pounce through it. Remember, if you're using this on your gel plate and you want the letters you want to be able to read them, you have to turn it upside down,
if that matters to you.
if that matters.
Carrie would also like to point out that the other style of words, because there's two styles, style 1, style 2, in their positioning, you know, there's one that's landscape and one that's portrait. Landscape is meant for journals. Now, here's the thing. Like in the 5x7, I think it would kind of be here nor there. Like if you wanted to make the smaller print on a page, you could turn it whichever way. But, you know, he has one going up and down. And then if you want like a full sheet to fold, goes back and forth, then that's your landscaped. So there you go.
Okay.
She has, not on stream. This is going to be the first time she has used them
Yeah,
on stream.
these are straight out of the...
No, the paints though too.
Oh,
but
the
yes,
paints, too.
stencils
I
are-
did use the brown.
And the stencils are in the shop, you guys. They are available. I think a couple people have ordered them already, actually.
Yeah.
Carrie has them,
All
so
right.
there will be a video coming out on his end soon.
You know, usually I always go with the big ones because, you know, that's the kind of plate that I'm going to be using. But for this particular size here on these, I think the smaller letters or the smaller
Right.
sized words are more better. And I just, you know, I thought that this grayish blue, and I'm pretty sure that was what I used. But you know, because I never wiped my brayer off, I probably had some other color on it and
Yeah.
transferred. And that's why you get that little bit of different things going on here. Or it could have actually been on the plate. Who knows? But it was this color. I just think that, you know, it would be cool to just kind of maybe, you know, not try to make them all lined up. Or
Yeah.
make people work at figuring out what they are. That's what my thought is.
Distress them.
Yes. And to that extent, I thought, well, instead of just jumping in and messing up one of my really good prints, I spent a lot of time stamping on these babies. let's work out some kinks on the piece that we don't.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you, Darcy.
Care about.
Thank you so much. You noticed that the twirled and twisted stamps are in Gen Pop now.
Twirled and twisted.
That's that 5 set of the different stamps Brad did, like with the swirlies and the kind of whirlies and.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good connect.
And then another one goes to Gen Pop on Monday or Tuesday. On the 10th, I think. Is that Saturday? It's either the 10th or 11th.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do this one. I don't know, just because
You gonna use that gray?
I am going to use that gray. But I'm also going to, because the other thing I can do is I can tear these words out and then, you know, put them down if I want to.
Yes.
So I think I also want some red words and maybe some red and gray words, you know.
Yeah. The twirled and twisted stamps are now in Gen Pop, and then another stencil set, trying to remember, is going to be out on Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday, I think it is. Or is she? What is Gen Pop? Sorry. Yeah. That means in the regular part of the store, they are no longer exclusive and only available to Arty Perk members. I like that gray.
Isn't that gray wonderful?
Yeah.
It's a nice kind of blue gray, nice and clean.
Very well done, Mo. She says, if you want to smelt in an industrial way, get Carrie's stencils here.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading the comments in one of the, and they said that the word
Hi, Chris.
slag was not a very nice term.
In the UK. And I said, well, I would assume that Carrie knows that, but
It goes, yeah, but I looked
in
it up.
context, it is
With the
perfect.
rest of the words in there, I said, he is not,
Yeah.
Carrie is a very, what do I want, proper person.
Or at least he has us fooled into thinking that.
Yeah.
Well done, Carrie.
So the whole thing about it is I knew, and then I looked it up, and what it is it's the byproduct of smelting iron ore. It's those big piles of stuff.
You smelt it, you dealt it.
But I also knew about that because when you're doing glass blowing, and
and even in clay, isn't there?
well, it would be, it was sort of references whatever byproduct you have left over from whatever process.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is ugly. Even though, I mean, it could be used.
Yeah. But we have a lot of terms that, you know.
I mean, I just think that this is just such fun. That you can just do this, and it just, you're creating more of a pattern than you are an actual, you know, something for people to get into and read and whatnot. Just, Words.
Words.
All right, I really like this, but I don't think it's going to work so terribly well on this because I think it might in the areas where it's really
Light.
let's just try it here because it might be kind of a nice layer. Yeah, see, that's not showing up at all.
Mm-mm. But if you use the red on that, I think that would be kind of.
I think so too. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and put down some white right now, though, so I can use up the rest of my little bit of stuff that I got going here.
Oh yes, and happy Hanukkah to those of you that are celebrating.
Observing the
Observing.
day. Yeah.
Do you celebrate Hanukkah or do you observe?
Well, you do something different each night or something. Yeah.
Let us know. Educate us, y'all. Yeah, and sea slag is the waste of clay. That I kind of remember that. Because there was like a slag bin or a...
Oh, now look. See, it's just
that's
showing
good.
up just really ghosty-like.
That I like. Oh, slurry slip. Yes. Hello, young
So
guy.
I just lightened that. I had a little bit of the gray left on my palette here. You know, that very expensive palette that I get. And
I keep throwing those pallets in the recycle bin. There's a lot of cottage cheese and, sour cream and
yogurt
consumed in this house. It's not like we're going to run out. I like that a lot. How many different stamps did you use on that?
A bunch. I use something from almost every container I have up there.
Because I see the nested circles.
I like Steel Woman here. Steel Woman Smog. Fog. But the whole thing is to get down your background with whatever. And I know, I can just see, Miriam, if you were to use this with your brick wall that you did, that really colorful one.
Now don't go to your... This is where I want to smack you and tell you, leave it alone.
I think it's good. I'm going to... And I'm really liking this, but I'm going to do some more stuff on this
I think
as
that
far as...
Yeah, more layers.
More layers, and maybe even come in with my brick pattern on top of that. Okay, y'all understand that. All right, I'm just loving this.
No stamp left behind.
I'll put that over there for now. Let's bring in another one.
Oh, bye, Lee. That sounds fun.
Now here's the thing. The blue is just, I don't feel that's it's just not, pardon me, the right blue. I can take care of that, but I want to go ahead and do these while I have these, and then we'll work on the gel plate, okay? Everybody with me on that?
Hi, Susan.
Okay, we're just going to go ahead and we've still got some white going here. So
I think that's a good choice, and I like it that it's sort of mixed with that gray. That's a good mix.
It really honestly is. And I probably want to get out something else before I start.
Well, I like that in that block. That's good.
I know, isn't that great? Like this technology here. And you can take your tape and tape it off if you want to just, use, say, one word. Say you wanted water. You could tape around that, and then you've just got water. that you can, okay, that didn't come off very well. But it's okay. It's still another layer there. Okay, let's go.
And hello to those of you that are coming in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you're watching on replay, be sure to leave those comments below. Like, subscribe, share. Share with your friends. Hey, I posted the, remember we did the thing during the live, and I actually clipped the video and have it up and running. I have a blog page. Carrie was super sweet and helped me out and edited for me. Because I need an editor.
That would not be me.
No, she sort of does sometimes, but usually if she's not interested in what it is that I'm doing, she's kind of, you know.
I'm kind of poopy.
She's kind of poopy.
I agree.
Hi, Joanne.
All right, let's get some black in here. In these areas where it's really light. And kind of in, I just feel like black is a good choice, and it's probably going to be kind of gray because I'm not going to change my sponge.
Yeah.
See how nice and creamy the color is? I don't know.
Yeah, now we can. It was behind your head.
What?
Your palette, when it was down. Remember, you know, on the screen? Yeah. But there, that's like right in between us, right there.
Right there?
Right there.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back over here. I like Empire and Smog.
And Woman.
And Revolution.
Yeah, it's very fitting. Had you thought about the stencil when you were creating these prints? Did you have that in mind?
Yes.
Okay.
I certainly did. I mean, I can't believe you even asked something like that.
Well, you know, I just wanted to confirm. Hi, okay. Apple.
I'm going to go over technology here in black because remember it didn't show up very well.
You got it lined up?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Spot on. We were talking about that too. This stencil would be fab for environmental statements too, with pollution, energy, water, etc. Good job, Carrie.
I just think so, too. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know.
We are getting close to the 8,000 subscribers. In fact, I think right before we went on, it was at the 7,699, I think. Yeah. I would say if we are on this, if we stay on this kind of path, by the end of January, if not maybe a little bit before, we'll be doing the 8,000 big old, you know, subscriber giveaway and all that.
I don't know. You know, I'm going to change because I really want to put some red down here. We haven't used red yet, so. I love these little sponges that someone sent to us.
Those are the spongy ones.
Mm-hmm. These are the makeup ones, but they also sent me some, and I've almost used those all up, that are very dense, these little jobbers. Mm-hmm. When they say sponges, they're not all made alike.
No.
Okay, I'm going to use this one because I really like these.
Yes.
I like the action you get.
And Darcy, yeah, she's well over 2,000 now. I mean, she zinged up there. That's so exciting when that happens. And then what? then there's usually like a little lull that you're like, man, all right. It's weird. But ride the wave. Ride the wave. That's awesome. Now, did you say that you mixed that in with the white, or is that just straight up the red?
No, I moved.
Okay.
Palettes.
All right.
Well, that's not coming through there very good, is it?
I don't think you pounced well.
Well, I might have to use another, you know, I was bragging on that sponge. I might need
A different one.
a different sponge. Let's see if that makes any difference. The other thing is, this is going on to paper that is printed and overprinted, and you have to remember, it's shiny surface, so it's going to be a little less into the surface that you need. All right, here we go.
I was rocking it today. If you're feeling rusty and out of steam, this version 2 of Carrie's stencil has energy. I'll tell you what, woman.
Energy!
You were awesome.
Okay, I'm going to turn this way because I want to. Now, I really want to keep this,
I think the temperature has dropped outside.
I believe it has too.
I'm cold.
I'm feeling just fine.
Well, you've got your hat on.
True. And 2 layers of clothing.
I do have 2 shirts on.
This sponge gets it down in there more better than the stiffer.
Miriam, there is, but usually that doesn't help your channel.
What?
She's on the she's asking about, you know, getting some black market subs.
Black market what?
Subscribers, you know.
Oh. Where do you pick those up in? Alleyways and
Yeah.
flybys and airport lounges?
Yeah, and then sometimes if they crack down on it a lot, so I don't even know if it really works anymore, but
I'm
scary places.
utilizing a lot of my sponges here.
Yeah, and I think YouTube has been doing some different things, because I noticed even on some of our other videos too, they've been getting nice little bumps on them. So it's interesting too, because you have to remember that
Look at that. Cool is that?
I like that a lot. That's very cool.
It's very cool.
So what happens with YouTube is that if you have a video, it was explained this way, oh gosh, maybe a year or so ago, but I think this is probably still valid information, that however well your video does, YouTube will pick up on that even a year later, and then, because it broadcasts it out to like 7 times whatever that amount or audience was. So there'll be little bursts of things, especially if something has already done well, it will do well again.
This is violet. I want to get a little bit, and it's really dark. I don't know that that's what I want, but I'd like to repeat some of that purple here, down here in the kind of pinky part. Okay, I think I can.
So would you call that a rerun season? Yeah, kind of.
What?
And then, like, what I do is I will also go back to old videos that are doing well and maybe tweak the title, or even go in and maybe add different information to the description, because all of that matters and can alter, because I will even go back and switch things up between gel plate, jelly plate, or gel plate printing. If that's something that has to do with the title, I will do that. I don't know where Violet, sometimes she doesn't say anything unless we, you know, call her out from the background. Violet, are you here? Yeah, I don't know that I'm loving, the purple's a little darker than I think it should be.
Well,
Just throwing it out there. Maybe you come back over it with, like, something a little lighter. Just to knock it back a little. It's a thought. See?
what?
Sometimes you just gotta say, Violet,
Is she
where
there?
are you? She appears. Yeah, and you know what's so funny? I've started putting mixed media in ours again. I did for a long time and it didn't do very well. But then I noticed some have really been spinning up that have mixed media in them. So I've been going back and changing some of those too.
Yeah, I'm mixing it in with a little bit of the gray, Mariah.
Oh, yes, and thank you, Mo. She said that someone asked in chat on Tuesday where to find everyone's channel, and there is a list. In fact, I have updated it I got a couple new ones that I have added to it, so it should be up to date to whatever people have, submitted to me. And I know that you guys come, because that's the other thing is, like, I'm not just going to put anybody on the list. You've got to, like, be a part of Makers. You've got to show up here, support the community, be a part of everybody else's stuff. That's just how we roll.
This paint is really quite thick. I have to work getting it out of the
It's a
room.
heavy body.
It is a heavy body. See, look at that little poop twirl.
Poop twirl.
Poop twirl.
Paint twirl.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to make me happy, but if it's not, I'll just cover it up with something else.
I wish you'd move your paint thing just a little bit closer to your deal there. Wonderful. Perfect. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to see that or not, but I feel like it's part of the story.
This is really a lot of fun.
Tutu, if you look at, or click that link that that's Cookie Wookie in the chat. She's Cookie Wookie. Right above there, kind of around Violet's message. Then click that, and if you are always looking for it, it is, and I moved it up too on the blog list, but we call it Our Stories. We don't call it a blog. That's good to know. Oh, there you go. And Mo put it back in there.
Well, it's not exactly the exact color that this is over here, but I sort of like it.
I like that. And now that you put some of those others, it balanced out that purple that you put on earlier.
And you just keep moving it around until it's to your liking. Carrie, I hope I'm doing something that you think is
You like it, Carrie?
is pleasing you, as far as
Are you pleased, Carrie?
using this to
And hopefully this is different
and
than
now
what
this
you were going to do.
okay. Now I've got the words down here. Now I can come back with my stamps
Hi, Ellen.
and do some stamping in some areas. So I don't feel like I have to fill the entire page with this. I can come back and do some other things here with this. And also with this one. Okay. Now, I've got all of my little
Hello, Mary Ellen.
sponges here, which I'm going to stick into the water. Because I do wash them, you can tell.
Oh, he says wonderful. He'd like to see the wonky net in areas.
Yes. I also have that one stencil that looks like kind of like a net and has parts missing.
The chaotic mesh.
Yes. And I actually used that. Yes, see? And I just caught parts of it. That would be a good one to do with this.
And then Carrie has a stamp. Actually, there's two of them that are sort of woven like. So if you didn't want to do the stencil, we do have stamps that have that
that's
meshy thing
the stamp.
to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, well, yeah. So,
Yeah.
What she already did.
What I did. Oh, shoot. My heart got it in there.
Ooh, or the barbed wire. Can you find your barbed wire?
I did do barbed wire on some of these.
We should have a stamp that's the
We need
barbed.
a stamp. I don't have a barbed wire stamp. We don't have one. Okay, I'm keeping these out because I want to do something with them. And I want to grab another couple of
Yeah, I like the blue one too. And then the you know, paint blobby kind of, you know, creature looking thing there, that's the urchin.
Yeah, that.
And y'all can thank, I believe it was Betsy that made that happen. Because I sent a kind of test one to Eddie. He showed it on a video, and then Betsy wanted to know that if she could get one. I said, well, we can't make it that size because it didn't work.
Yeah.
The one that Eddie had was an oopsie thing. An IMPP.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to use this little bit of paint on my, to do some
Hey, Christy.
stuff here and try something out.
Okay.
This was what was left over. I just, you know,
Yeah.
averse to wasting paint. I don't really know what color it's going to be, but it's going to be something.
Kind of blacky red,
Kind
white,
of blacky red.
purpley at the top.
But you can see how, and I wanted you to see how smooth it,
Yeah.
and it has a nice luster to it. That'll be an interesting background.
It kind of looks like swans.
Yeah. There's that. Okay.
That is a good question, Darcy. I don't think that it will.
What is it?
The envelope pattern, if it would transfer.
I don't think so. I should try it. This is the only one I have like this, so I'm kind of stashed with it right now.
Just a little
Not
bit on
willing
it.
to experiment. Because I'm really liking it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're just going to change gears for a moment. I am going to get back to these, I promise.
Oh, Susan, you may want to refresh. I'm showing 71. Now, we got 97 people here, so do say hello in the chat and give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're unsure, that's totally fine. Hang out for a little bit. Get acquainted with those of us here in the chat. If you're watching on replay, you can still give those thumbsy upsies and say something in the comments.
Yeah.
We like it. We like it a lot.
I'm extricating my stencil that was wet when I put it down here.
Well, I don't know that it's about low contrast, Fran, as far as like the printing process. In order to get a transfer, a few things have to happen. And part of it is paper. And the inside of an envelope, like it's not a coated stock paper. Now, that being said, if it was offset printing and it was heavy enough, it's not really necessarily about the contrast in that aspect of it. So if it was just, if it's just the printed graphic on there and it was done with offset printing, it might do it. But still unlikely.
What it might do is where it has the ink from the pattern,
Yes.
pick up the paint, and then later,
Yes.
next printing after it's dry, might give you some kind of transfer.
Yes.
I don't know that. Okay, here's Brad's stencil, and I know he doesn't really care.
No, he
Once
doesn't.
he's done with them, he's like, I don't care what you do with it.
Yeah.
Just show it.
But this is the latest exclusive. So if you're part of Arty Perks, which we've already had a few people jump on that, you need to be a part of Arty Perks in order to get it. Otherwise, it goes to Gen Pop.
January something.
January 30th.
So, you know, a couple months.
Hey, just me.
Anyhow, all I did was I just chopped off the edges of these because I wanted it to cover the whole plate, and you're going to see why here momentarily. All right, I went ahead on the edge here because I tried something, because this is where I get in trouble with my tearing of my tissue.
And y'all are rocking it. Thank you.
Is on this edge here where I have a lot of paint.
Mo and Darcy, y'all are kicking butt today.
Look at that. I mean, these are good little pieces that I'll save, of course.
Yes, of course.
For whatever
Special thing.
reason. But do crack your edges on this. When you have a lot of paint down there,
Hey, Anthony.
you need to make sure that it's not trying to stay on the surface rather than being pulled off. And right here, I don't think it's going to make any difference because it wasn't wet enough there to get down, on that. But we're just going to do it anyway. I'm hoping we're going to see more than of the stencil here.
You're doing awesome, Darcy. Now, you didn't do what I wanted you to do.
What?
Which was discuss it. And then I was going to come over there and video it. See, you didn't even... She doesn't listen to me. Hold on, y'all.
Well, I did, but there's a lot happened in between the time when you were talking about that and then, you know, and right now.
I didn't realize that was the one. We're going to video this for Instagram. Because it's a good one. So just pretend like we haven't done anything yet.
Bust out my alcohol.
Okay, now flip it over. Because I don't want people to get... I mean, those of y'all that are here get a teaser, but...
Okay.
All right, crack them edges.
I think I've cracked them as much as I can crack them.
Crack-a-lackin'.
And not much of my original, or my stencil is showing.
I'm a little worried about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Some of it. There you go. But that was a perfect example of why you do want to crack those edges, because you can see when she pushed on it, it then released. And now it'll come off more so with the paper. Not necessarily all of it, but...
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Maybe. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff on the plate here on this edge.
Also, a prime example of why it is kind of nice to have a clean plate, because that old paint will grippy onto...
Grippy ontos.
And hold it.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Wet strength tissue is just absolutely...
Not the ideal pull direction for the Instagram, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
We're doing it differently. Give us a wiggle.
Now, I know, and can you look at, can you see?
And then you say, if you want to know more, you need to come to live to hear about how this was made.
You see it? Is it showing? Is it showing?
Hold on, now you got to hold it down below for the folks here.
Okay, well, I still have a lot of good stuff on the edges here, but I'll probably, you can see what was left. Really good stuff. I was hoping I would get more of that, but, oh well.
Hey, monkey!
Anywho, we did get some lovely stuff here. Because this stuff is wonderful.
Okay.
You can see some of the pattern pulled off.
Talk us through it. Because you did this, like, you know, not...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to give us the story of how this glorious thing was created.
Well, I'm trying to
Because it's all hearsay at this point.
find the thing that I showed you to begin with. Which I don't know why I showed you that then. Here it is. Okay, here's some things going on here. All right, can you see this down here? Can you see the little bit of that left over from this?
That thing.
This thing. This is the main contributor to the edges of the stencil here that you're seeing down there. Okay, so then I went back in and I did the, and I wished I could get a, how's that?
Oh, kind of, but yeah. Y'all can see it here. Let me, I'm going to put P on the big screen so you guys can see it like really well through the, and put it on the big one. 1 second. P can't.
And the problem was I used,
There you go.
the gold that I used was way too opaque.
But you can see through the light there,
You can see the pattern of
pattern.
the
Okay, I'm going to go back to top side.
waves or whatever.
Yeah.
Which you can see it a little bit here, but not so much. So word is, and this underneath here, y'all know how I do that. That's just with my mixes. Watery mixes. And I was watching, was it Susan that was doing that? I don't know who it was. That said, you know, you can get this effect with the high flow acrylics. Well, you can also just take whatever bottle of stuff that, you know, ran out.
Yeah, or were you watching Robin? She likes to do that a lot.
No, it wasn't Robin. Although Robin uses a wine cork for her X-Acto knife like I do.
We found that out today.
Yeah.
They want to know what is that gold? It looks like kind of a mixture.
No, it's not.
No?
It's this cheap stuff right here.
The
Or
folk
it
art.
might be this one. It's the really shiny one. And these are really sort of almost exactly the same.
So it's
except
either the deco
one's
art.
deco art and one's folk art.
Yeah,
But as far as you can see the swatch,
quite similar.
quite similar. I'm pretty sure. Now, I take that back. It might be this one. This looks more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going with this one. This is splendid gold.
Oh.
You see, I mean, if you want to experiment with golds, just get the whole gamut of these deco art and folk art. And you can't go wrong.
They're awesome.
Even the ones that are kind of lame and, you know, you don't, like, there's a place for them. Like this is real, I really love this one. And this one looks really good when you mix it with a little bit of gold too, because it brings out more of the gold rather than the copper. This is called Rich Espresso. I love that. The ones that I don't like a lot are the silvers. The pearly stuff.
Well, they do funky things on the plate.
I just don't really, I haven't found a place where I really love those. But I think this is wonderful. This may be what I use on my latest paper mache little vessel.
Well, it seems kind of sad to do that. Darcy said you should make a lantern out of it, so then that way you can see the stuff through it.
Oh, yeah. Put a little tea light inside.
Yeah.
Okay, 'tis a thought, 'tis a thought. Well, I'm keeping this one just like it is because I think it's absolutely stunning.
She just loves it.
Wonderful. And I do like this one also. Okay.
You got
Now,
40 minutes.
I'm getting there.
All right.
I'm getting there. We're going to start off and I'm going to do a couple. Oh, I want to finish up my. Did I do it that now? Oh God, this is what happens when I move things around. Where's the two that I wanted to work on?
I don't know, lady. I don't know your pals. She has them in order, and then
Yeah, and then I you know, I think about something else, and I
you're
do
digging
this,
through
and
them.
think about something else, and I just had them here. I mean, they were right there. They fall down somehow. But my blue one that I wanted to change the color on it.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, well.
Now you did lean some stuff up there. Hey, you leaned it up against the.
No, that's not that.
Okay.
I thought I did lean it here, but I guess I didn't.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Have to look for something in every stream.
Okay, well, Sally Fortune.
You'll find it.
Carry on. We'll find it. It's the ones that I wanted to change to put the letters on.
The blue one?
The blue one.
Is that what it? Oh.
Because I didn't like it.
Oh, well, you just had it there.
I know.
Like, just a moment. Here.
I know.
Isn't this it?
No, that's the one I like.
Is that the one?
Oh, that's the one I want. It was there all along.
Good golly.
Okay, now. Okay, now what did I do with the other two stencils?
I just don't always know what she's talking about.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. I'll stick them back in here. What did I do with Carrie's stencils?
Oh, good golly, lady.
The big words. See, I just need somebody to follow me. Oh, here's the bricks.
Good golly, bricks. I don't know. You got a special knack of like just hoopty doing and dope-de doing.
Okay, well, we found on the papers. Now we need the stencils. Okay, well, I'll just use the little stencils.
Just use the little ones
Okay.
again.
Use the little ones again, and you know, you can. Because this is not gonna be something that's gonna probably happen today. But I wanted to show you this, that you can do this with these on your plate, rather than just having them.
Well, didn't you have them in a folder? Oh, they're, God, lady, right there.
Where? Oh, on the black thing. Oh, gosh. That'll be a lot better. That'll be a lot more better.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I found them. Found them over here.
Now remember, we're going to put these upside down because we're going to pull these as words.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use tissue paper so that we can tear them out and then put them on wherever. Heck, we're going to use some of this phthalo blue and black. That'll be very...
Fran loves the bracelet on your right arm, P. Metal with what looks like opals.
No, it's a Taxico from Mexico.
Taxico from Mexico?
It's that, you know, old Spanish, old Mexican silver.
Mm.
And it's really not even silver, it's like nickel silver. It doesn't tarnish. But aren't those great? Those are actually glass. But they're that mirrored glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think it's probably like fine jewelry or anything, but I don't care.
I like some costume jewelry.
We're just going to try to make this seem a little bit industrial and grody.
Yeah, not upside down. Reversed. Correct.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Backwards. And I remember when I did this when I was doing my sgraffito stuff. Yeah.
She can't write. She can't do it.
And remember, we're going to leave this on here and let it dry, so we don't even care if there's areas where, you know, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a great color. Look at that. It's almost like indigo. I need to get another piece of paper down here so that I can get this. Maybe I can even do it with tissue. I've not done that before. Because see, I can, if it shows through, if it's dark enough and it shows through.
Don't put your elbow through it.
Now, we're going to let that dry.
Okay, a couple of things that I want to say. Mo has put the link in the chat again to it, and she says, "Work it, woman. You are a power machine." So there is the link to Carrie's stencil there. Something to keep in mind here is that whenever your stencil is brand new, you are going to get results like this directly to the plate. If you want to continue to do that, wash your stencil straight away. Have a little bath ready for it, spa day, whatever
Yes.
you need to do if you want to keep it pristine and working in that same way each and every time. If you don't care and you know that, you know, every time that you use it after this, things are going to get a little cloggy, especially those little, you know, small areas, because this is one of those that's going to do that.
And then what you can do is you can utilize it in the way that I don't necessarily have to have it pristine, but I don't want clunks of the paint on there because that's what's going to keep me from getting a clean.
When it adheres to whatever, or when you're even laying it down onto paper.
And Mariah has a good. And Mariah, I'm going to have you take this in and put it. The tub is in the bathtub, and it is. Okay. See, this is kind of cool because you can. I just want to be careful because I do have some areas where I'm a little concerned about them popping out.
Yeah. Okay.
So, when I come back and pick this up, this is what I'll get. Isn't that brilliant? And I love the variety here, even in the, you know, I've got some light colors, I've got some very dark, I've got some blue, and then I've got the blue black. So, very happy about that. This will dry, and then what I can do is I can pull this with a transparent, one of the mediums that I have, or I could use, say, like the, you know, I was talking to you about, I didn't like the pearlized because it's so weak. And even one of the gold that are really just incredibly transparent, that could be kind of cool. I could go ahead and pull this with, say, the quinacridone Nicolazo Gold, because we know that these pull wonderfully. These are sticky paints. You get that paper down there, you've got some great stuff going on. And what would be kind of sad about this, though, is I'm going to probably lose some of my blue, but I don't know. It's hard to tell if it's really opaque enough that I think maybe it's going to stay blue.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. Now, some places here where it was very, you know, I didn't get it as good as coverage as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Those are probably going to, you know, get rubbed out and removed when I use the transparent.
Bye, Kathy. Thanks for hanging.
Whatever. Okay. Well, thank you, Carrie. This has been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this stencil, and I knew I would. I just didn't have a vision for it. Well, I didn't have enough time to do anything with it. But now I've got some really nice colors here that I can do some pointing on with the little stencil and use those. And look at this.
And Christy has a great point. These would go really well with the steampunk, her strippers and stuff, and the robots. I think that would be brilliant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this paper looks really cool.
That does look cool.
I'm really happy that I got that to come off like it did.
Like I wanted it
like
to.
I wanted it
but
to.
I didn't know that I wanted it to do that.
It's just like, I can't remember who I was watching said.
Oh, cogs and gears. Yeah, Fran's cogs and gears. I mean, there's all kinds of, you know, steampunky madness that you could get into over there at PM Artist Studio.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take off this.
Yes. You got 30 minutes.
We know that was what caused a lot of our issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, we just know that. And it really, you know, if you want to get, and really what we're going to be making here is we're going to be making papers that we know are collage papers. So, I would like to get down what I want to get down here rather than, you know, what's just on here incidentally. Now, sometimes I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not an issue. But a lot of times...
And actually, all in all, it was kind of cool, the stuff that was going on there. It just sucks that it didn't come up. And that's the risk you run with leaving that older stuff to build up there. Then all of a sudden you've done some cool things. You're like, is it going to all come up?
Sometimes it's hard for me to understand here whether this is on the back of my...
Yeah, where it is. Which layer is it on?
Yeah. Which layer is it on? I don't know, I might have used my tape all I can to get this. And that's probably not going to matter because that's enough on the edge there that I won't be catching that.
Yeah, because the sheets of paper that she's using aren't going to go all the way down.
Yeah, they're just not. Okay. Now, I've got this over here and I don't know whether to... It's really not all that interesting. I'm just going to use that as a brayer off. And then it might be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Where's my...
This is Choppy Waters, by the way.
Choppy Waters, but I think it's also...
That she choppied the side.
Like fire.
Yes. Fire, wind, water. It could be many elements.
Yes.
Depending on what you do with it.
And the thing about it is I tried to line this up sort of here, but it really isn't totally lined up.
It's not a step and repeat, no.
But that's okay. Because I'll show you what I did is I went through with my little... crap brush here, you know, I don't know, Crayola or whatever, this one, and just, you know, where I wanted it to,
feathered it out
so that you didn't have that line down the middle.
Yep.
You'll see what I'm talking about here shortly. Okay, let's try some. We're going to ombre this. Do I want to use water colors?
I don't know.
Or do I want to use fire colors? I've already used fire colors. Let's use some watercolors. Okay, so we've got a blue here. We put down some blue and white. I said this is really didn't want that all right there.
Yeah, and they're highly pigmented.
They really are.
They even say it on the box.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Mo.
Okay, I'm going to try and...
This might be kind of a cool one to do a long haul on.
Well, I think it would certainly, and I don't know that I would. I'm going to put this down over here on my table and try to get off.
The flop off.
That sounds kind of scary, doesn't it?
Some different ASMR type things going on today. We having weather. It's very windy out there.
Okay, well that is nothing to write home about, and I need to shut up and get with the program here. I'm going to
buffing.
Lose my opportunity to get rid of my line.
So you can do this with a brush. Q-tip kind of some people use sometimes. I don't know. Q-tip's a little dangerous because it could leave some linty things on there, but... So you have a little... kind of excited to see what it looks like on the other side. Because you have to remember whenever she puts down the different paints, it's going to roll out, but some will get captured in those spots. So it's going to be a little bit more interesting on the other side, I think.
I think you're right. Okay, I think that pretty well. That's what I said.
Yeah, more interesting on this side.
And so
if you don't brayer too much, you can do that.
Yeah. It looks like it's more even here, but because I did it on the plate rather than, you know, doing it off on somewhere else and trying to get it to be all, you've got that kind of weirdness of, you know, the different colors blocking out and coming through. And once whatever color goes down, it's going to stay. That's why a lot of times you'll see me really violently mixing on my plate, because I know if I don't, I'm going to have, I'm going to have that,
Bye, Wendy. Thanks for hanging.
whatever you put down first, you put it on top, that's what's going to happen. And it's the same thing with, the retarder. When I say, you know, you need to mix that.
Well, yeah, don't put that directly to the plate. You want to put it more like you put your paint and then put your,
and then
the
put
retarder
your,
into it to, you know, and that's to slow down the drying process. That's the retarder we're
Okay,
speaking
well,
of.
we're still wet. You can still see, can you see the shiny?
Yeah, you kind of went thick, which
I went thick.
you needed to.
I really wanted to, because I think that little bit of, what I want to say, loft that you have there is looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. I like all
And
the
I think
blues.
it will, hopefully, definitely, that loft is going to show up when we pull it.
Yeah.
But that isn't going to be today. And that was drying too. Okay, so where are we here? We're on to some other,
Where am I?
Where am I?
What's going on?
What's going on? I'm going to use, oh, that's great. That's what happens when you use a yucky, whatever. Just moving the stuff around, moving it around. Moving and grooving.
This is, see, y'all are seeing how things happen.
Okay. Well, that's actually,
Is it on the plate?
I don't know where it is. That's all right. It's not big enough to interfere with anything that we're doing here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what's the plan? Kind of making another one?
Mm-hmm.
What color are you using for this?
I think I'm going to use red.
Can you do a red, yellow, orange?
Oh.
Well, actually, if you brayer it just right, you don't really have to do the orange, but that's kind of something to talk to, actually.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of ways to get an ombre. So obviously, if you mix yellow and red, the middle part's going to go orange anyway. But if you have orange and you want to put red, orange, yellow, it will hold the color more so, and you don't have to necessarily brayer as much. So just some things, some little quick techniques to think about as you are trying to achieve ombre.
Yeah, and I think I'll just stay with these two and let it, as you said.
Well, it's a smaller plate, so
Yeah, it's not like mine.
yeah, you don't need a ton of paint.
Now, I could use the yellow ochre, but I'm not going to, because I really kind of like this. This is a pretty yellow.
Yeah,
I
go bright.
I think, and it's not, there is a brighter yellow. There's a lemon yellow that's like, I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm feeling lemony.
Feeling lemony.
Bye, Fred. Thanks for hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, the state of ombre.
Yeah. Now, you've watched me do this, and everybody has their own way of, you know.
Yeah, some people are. This is funny because now
Long, thin strips.
I think Eddie's he's kind of a long.
The reason I do them on opposite ends of each other is because I think they mix better. I don't know that for sure, but it just seems like every time I do this, I'm pretty happy with my ombre.
She gets a better ombre.
Yeah. And it does help if you've got a large
Bertha brayer.
Because if you're going to get it all in, you have to go up and down and up and down.
You have a little one, the more you move it around, the more you're mixing the paint. Therefore, you're not getting the ombre. The ombre is achieved by the 2 colors then, you know, becoming the, you know, or if you did want to do the 3, like I said, you would have a more true orange in the middle.
And I'm trying to come in with this because, see, it's not getting down in there.
This is a tricky thing that you're trying to do right now.
Ooh, boy,
because
that's nice.
ombreing out a, you know, just the color to the plate is one thing. Trying to do what she just did there, that's next level.
That's next level.
And you achieved it.
I achieved it. And I'm
if
very
you believe
happy.
it, you can achieve
Made
it.
a hell of a mess here, but
Yeah. You need me to come grab something?
Oh, trying to get a piece of my dadgum tissue paper here so I can get this down on there because I got lots of paint. Okay.
Angela, so most of the, well, I think pretty much every paint that you've used so far are the Hippie.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I've been using all day.
Hippie Crafts. I'll put the link in. But I think they're only sold as a set. I didn't look at that. I should have. But Angela, there's a link, and they are sold on Amazon. But they have their own. They have a website as well. I have not signed up for their affiliate thing, but that is our affiliate link in Amazon.
Yay!
They're great paints. I mean,
I just, you know, I asked Mariah, I said, well, what's the price difference? Because, you know, I was kind of concerned about that. I mean, if you're going to be paying golden prices, you probably ought to just buy golden.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you want a good paint that's in between golden and, you know, your, these are wonderful. I think you'd be very happy with them. When this dries, what I can do to increase is come in and let Mariah spray this, so the areas where it doesn't have any paint, is going to really take and saturate up with the spray.
yeah.
Boy, I was just look at this, my roller. You see
So it's $1. It comes out to about $1.80 per.
Oh, that's really,
Yeah.
that's really good. I mean, really good. Because your golden or whatever is going to be about $4. So.
Oh, for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they're more than that.
Well, no, the littler ones, the little tiny ones, these little choppers.
Yeah.
And see, this is even a bigger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of bang for your buck here. Now, I don't know whether they'll continue to be that price after. You know how that is. But I've just noticed this. I need to clean that booger up. We've got some stuff going on there. That's not good.
Got build up.
Build up.
Mm-hmm. I'm extremely impressed with them.
Now, once I get ready to decide on the color here, I think it would be cool is to take and do a dark color over the yellow end and a light color over this end, and then pull it up.
That's a good point, Kathy. I like that. So Kathy said she just looked it up. $1.80 for a 2 ounce is like craft paint price, but the color chart shows hues that a lot of the craft paint makers aren't putting on the shelves. So that's, yeah, because we were really impressed with these colors. I mean, some of them are kind of different. Some of them are the same. I mean, obviously you're going to get some. primaries that are good.
Yeah, I like the gray. It's
The gray.
steely.
The gray is good.
It's cold gray. Now there is warm gray, you know.
In the set?
No.
No.
In life.
Oh, in life.
In life, there's warm gray. And see, these are 1 ounce, right? Yeah, these are 1 ounce. So this is exactly half this. And it's probably, it's more.
A lot more, yeah.
But, you know, consistent and whatever. And, you know, we don't know about this. Just, you know, you just hope that the quality is going to be consistent because they don't have a track record there.
Yeah.
But, you know, assume the best until
Otherwise proven.
otherwise proven.
And you can't beat the price.
And you can't beat the price.
So, there's always that.
They're always that. Okay, where are we here? What are we doing?
I don't know, you got 15 minutes to do it.
All right, I'm going to put this over here.
Yeah, and it is, and it's a really like if you go and check out the website Hippie Craft, they have a really fun website, and they have all kinds of stuff like canvas, and they said that they were going to send us some watercolors too. That has not arrived. Maybe they were waiting to see what we do with the acrylic paints first. I don't know. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that. You know, when you're sending out free stuff to people, you know whether they're ever even, I mean, we've sent out free stuff and people haven't ever used it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a little sad about that, offended, or...
Well, shoot, I can't have my... Oh.
It rarely happens, but it has. Yeah, I was about to say, Susan, probably, because it is it's an American company. Now, of course, where it's manufactured, I don't really know that. It probably should look on the box there. Because very few things are actually, you know, produced. But the company itself is here in the States. So, yeah, I'm sure that shipping over to Canada is probably... I don't know, that sucks for y'all. I hate that a lot of things, you know, that are super cheap for us, they're just crazy expensive.
You know, we need to hook up with the people that are driving over to Canada to buy their drugs because their drugs are a lot cheaper in Canada. Maybe they can, you know...
It's called smuggling.
Smuggling, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as long as it's for personal use, I think it's okay, right?
I don't think they look at it like that.
Y'all, help me out. Is it true?
Y'all know anything about this?
My grandfather was a bootlegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bootlegged booze to Kansas back during Prohibition.
Oh, there you go. She's got it in her blood.
Yeah.
We don't live anywhere near Canada, though.
We were
So,
talking,
you know.
My grandfather was kind of a colorful character there for a while, but he finally, it's my grandmother, she used to take credit for his, you know, not becoming a full-time con, or, you know, spending a lot more time in jail than he did. But he did spend some time because he used to get drunk, and he was one of those guys that felt like he had to beat somebody up once he got drunk. Fortunately, he was usually out and about. Well, I don't think he'd ever hit my grandmother because she probably killed him. So I had to go and
Maybe
do his aggressive behavior someplace else because she wasn't going to put up with any of that. All right, where are we here?
Okay,
We
Devin.
want to change the color of this blue because we just are... I don't feel like it says...
What you wanted to say.
Industrial and grunge and whatever. And we know how to do that. Because anytime you want to have blue go away...
Okay. Yeah, there we go, Deb. All right, yeah. I sort of knew what you were saying, but then I was like, well, I'm going to wait and see if she... Okay.
What?
The Hippie Craft acrylic paint. Pretty sure I remember it saying it was made in-house in the USA. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a cute little story. I didn't read the whole thing about kind of how the company... And I always like that. And their website really is very cool.
Well, I like the box. It looks like...
Yeah, their packaging, all of that is well done.
Something from a poster from... Mad Men.
She was standing and typing.
Who was standing and typing?
Deb. She's not a, she can't stand to type.
I wouldn't imagine so if you're holding whatever it is that you're typing on. I would be definitely under the, oh, yes. Now, see, we're starting to get into that.
There's your happy place.
That's my happy place. But now, see, I'm not crazy about this orange, so we know how to get rid of that. Try some anthraquinone, and we'll just not get all of it. We'll go on the edges and whatnot.
Now,
this dries out really fast. Don't be afraid to use a little.
Yes. And one of the reasons that P has now switched over to the golden and to the more because they are more transparent because of what she's trying to do there.
Yeah. And I don't know these paints well enough, but they're pretty I think they're pretty opaque, which is cool. I like that.
Oh, some of Sarah's ancestors were river pirates. That's a little much.
It is a little much.
Maybe you should get a baby wipe after that. Okay. Or just, put some more on there. Wipe it off.
I think you're right, Mariah.
If you get after it, you can save it, maybe. Or at least blend it, yeah.
I just need to get that out of here. And
that towards the middle and show people what you're trying to do. And oh, look at her whipping those things out from underneath her little hidey hole.
If you get after the areas where you've got paint on,
there's a chance.
You have a chance.
I don't know though.
This ain't working well.
No. You didn't move fast enough.
Didn't move fast enough, but I am getting my white off of my edge here.
There's that.
And this is a nice blue. This is not that turquoisey, unicorny stuff.
Yeah.
Turquoisey, unicorny. And I think this is looking quite smashing, if I do say so myself. I mean, it's becoming very industrial looking and very... Fran, are you happy with this? She would be happy with this, I think.
She went to sleep.
And she went to take a nap?
Well, it's late there,
Oh.
It's like 11 o'clock.
Oh. Well, I guess she's excused. You should have napped earlier in the day and not drank so much, Fran.
Could you just change your whole sleeping schedule? Fit the PM Artist Studio streams. We'd really appreciate that.
Okay, well now I'm pulling off paint and...
I know. She's a unicorn hater. The unicorns hate her too. They told me. It's in the newsletter.
What's really cool is, can you see this? Well, I didn't get the unicorn.
No, you were written off years ago.
Yeah, and my email isn't working.
Yeah.
I just chuckle every time I write my email down in some situation. They think they're really getting something. I haven't looked at my email for 2 or 3 years. And something happened. And I can't get back in there. And I can't remember. I don't know, but it's
She's
really
over it.
screwed
She
up.
just has it sent to me if it's really necessary.
I use Mariah's all the time.
Yeah, I'll start getting emails from something. I'm like, damn it, she's been shopping again. Because all of a sudden I start getting weird. Yep.
Look at how cool that's looking.
Very nice.
Just don't give up.
No, use up that paint. It's expensive.
And if you use a little less and break it out a lot more than I did.
Yeah, you went a little heavy.
I went a little heavy. But see, I was used to my big plates, and that happens all the time. I just need to, change gears, slow down.
And I was very impressed with that. The edges are gorgeous, Susan says. And Sarah says, need those words in gray over this.
I know, over the dark stuff. But look what's really cool. Can you see the stamping stuff?
It's showing through.
Kind of on the sly.
And maybe once it dries, it will lighten up. So
maybe it will. And even if it doesn't, I like it. And it's like you said, if we use some of the steely gray stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Over the top of that. And maybe even bring in some of my yellow ochre.
Okay.
No, this
Well,
is
hey,
mid-yellow.
it's 6 minutes. You want to just kind of call it at this point?
Well, I
Or you
think
got
so. I'm
something?
just looking around to see what's going on here. And we've still got lots of good stuff on this plate that we can use. Yeah.
You're going to do something in 6
No, I'm
No.
not going to do anything. 'Cause
Okay.
I want to save that until that's dry.
I was thinking that maybe, Mo, but I don't know. She says, do you think it's going to transfer?
Oh.
I don't
don't know. Well, that'll be something to look for.
It could. It kind of depends on which
Perhaps.
inks and stuff she used. Perhaps. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. We very much appreciate it. Each and every time y'all show up, it just warms our heart. Those of you that watch on replay, warms our heart as well. Especially when you leave those comments and we know that you're watching.
And I want y'all to know I've been really reading comments
She
and
has.
commenting on the reading. Commenting.
Yeah,
on the
when she comments, then I just heart it. Unless I need to make a comment, you know, then I do it. That's how it works. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you back here on Sunday. We're going to have some new things. Might even have some announcements about something. I don't know. You know, it's always fun, always new. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye.